Yeah, this is point blank. Coming in hard and off the car. Coming with the flow straight to the barrio. And coming with the heat to the damn street. Seems like somebody's hooking on to my camera. It got me moving in digital display. But it's okay. You know what I mean? They can hold on to whatever they want to hold on to. It ain't gonna make no difference in the game. As we see, as we see, it ain't gonna make no difference in the game. Because you're doing the bullshit and everybody know it. You know what I'm saying? And like people don't know what it is that you're doing. You see what I'm saying? They know. They know. And there's a lot of people now. You know what I'm saying? But in your book, you don't care. Oh no, because you're the rulers of our lives, and so on and so on. But this is, the facts, the crackbacks, the heat to the street, the flow from the body, yeah? And we coming straight with the boom bip to the line ass lips with backs to cracking them backs. Now I'm saying this is PBN. PBN. N. PBN. N. Point black. PB. Point black. National news. The late and the great edition. And the ghetto edition. And the ghetto edition as well. This is how we do. You know what I'm saying? So today we're doing a little recap on some stories that came across the board. You know what I'm saying? One of the joints I'm looking at is, coming from Hartford, Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Out there in the Rio Grandes. You know what I'm saying? Where we have, at, matter of fact, before I cap into that story, let me see something. Matter of fact, we got to come down here before we go any further, but we got to do this one. You know what I'm saying? But we see the op-ed reparations must be more than a check. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I went through this one, but I will. You know what I'm saying? While cash may be king, reparations are about much more than checks. Compensation is just five, one of the five required elements of reparations as defined by a United Nation. Whether United Nation, whether it's 5, 6, 10, 11, or 12, you need to hurry up and get it done. We don't give a shit. We know one of the major things that our people need is some type of resource in order for them to better themselves with that resource in many ways. Now we know we have a lot of criminal shit and mental illnesses amongst our people. That's for sure. Because look at what they did to us time and time again. Look at what they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? That we just went through. So there's a lot of mental illness and a lot of things that our people need. And reparation defines in many ways, of course. You know what I'm saying? But the immediate emergency is to be able to help those who are really trying to help themselves. Now I'm saying not just helping those who maybe not caring about anything and just running across the planet with a Luciferian garbage that they got from them and bringing it in our neighborhood. We don't need that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But you have a good point here, and I love it, especially the way you laid it out. You know what I'm saying? Coming from uh, News One, Amara Yemi or whatever, you know what I'm saying, bringing this joy, you know what I'm saying, but whatever, you know what I'm saying. But she said the preparations as defined by the United Nations. The other four are acknowledgement, uh, resti- restitution, rehabilitation, and what? Sensation or whatever, I guess, and non or non-repetition, non-repetition or whatever she means. I understand that in more ways than one. And while the notion of conversation may uh, resonate, most strongly with people, I'm sorry, conversation may resonate most strongly with people, and rightly so. Reparations are also about the system, structure, and institution built on the history of anti-black racism. Well, we know that that is commonplace, and we know that shit's still going on today. So we know that bullshit even all the way to Africa. We see a lot of garbage that's going on there with the Arab boys and them over there doing bullshit. They need to cut that slavery shit out and take it back where you got it from. And do not re-enter into Africa unless you come correct 100%. Get out of Egypt as well. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for many other races as well. And our African people must formulate a coalition of nations that will bring forth the power to the people, that the people have a defense as a global African supremacy, GAS. You know what I'm saying? So reparations means a lot more than we see, because the hundreds of millions of lives of our brothers and sisters have been taken down by this bullshit here. You know what I'm saying? That you're trying to put out is and have always been and still is and probably will still keep going on in time to come. So we got to look at this thing from a perspective where we understand, anti-racism that has ensured black people would never have the cash on hand to convert to wealth. Well, of course, this is what we're talking about. That would all allow them to strive. So who did that and why? But even Democrats and the rest of y'all are always talking about equality. But the equality is stillity, I call it. You garbage. You garbage. When the first of its kind guaranteed basis income, when the first basis income program in Chicago launched last month, in which 5,000 residents would receive 500 a month for 1 year. 176,000 households applied. The program is one of the nation's largest monthly cash assistance program. Mayor Lori Lightfoot, I see she's trying to get her name. I hope she's sincere in what she's doing, because what she showed us in Chicago, when it comes to the different places of the shooting and the killing in Chirac and all this different stuff going on, she didn't show me a goddamn thing. So this is not going to make it any better on your shoulder, Mrs. Lori Lightfoot. And you all should know better. Stated. Mayor Lori Lightfoot stated, putting cash directly into the hands of people who need it most is one of the most efficient and effective way for us to support residents working hard to regain economic stability. So, who crushed the economic stability is the question, you see, because if you've been in government for how long, and you've been a mayor for how long, and you've been a senator for how long, and you've been a congressman for how long will it take with even these civil rights black dumb leaders and these black caucus dummies, you know what I'm saying, in there for years talking this bullshit, but black people didn't receive anything out of it for the leadership that you got elected by the hands of the people as well, and by the beast. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, with the people giving you support and putting money in your pocket and all types of things going on here left and right. You know what I'm saying? We did not see no results in the last 40 to 50 years. We saw is a straight same old garbage from years before the 40, 50 years. People need cash. This is obvious. You know what I'm saying? As families struggle with inflation, making purchasing necessary like food, gas, and baby formula, and so on and so on. Increasingly difficult. Many who made it that way. Who made it that way. So this is a good talk, but it shows me bullshit. It doesn't matter how many families you help. You have not helped the black race in any shape or form. Now this is a start. I'll give you that. But this needs to be spread all the way across and be known to every black person that stands, because if we're talking about reparations, then where is the resource here on Long Island and in New York City, in a demon blood clot state as well? We see the bullshit, because what happens is these programs put out this money, but it does not reach the black people who pockets they reach the same those who up in there been elected by you, stealing the fucking money out of places they think that nobody will pay attention to, because you didn't get it, you didn't work, and I ain't worrying about it. And now that's when the stealing for you begins. So don't give me that bullshit. The same thing when you talked about um, what was it? Affirmative action. The affirmative, my ass. I never liked it, the program. You see what I'm saying? Even though it may have helped me, but I never liked it, the program, because affirmative action seemed like just another racist overstanding that you are not, that you are God and we are peons. We are gods of this planet. Why are you in Egypt? Why are you building in Egypt? Why are you putting places there and calling it this and that in the Holy Land and all this and that? But it's in Egypt. You tell me why you're destroying the artifacts and digging it up and repainting the pictures of a Caucasian race. You tell me, which should be very embarrassing to any Caucasian race because you should want to know your own history all the way to its nitty gritty, no matter where it leads to. You understand? Stop worrying about getting your feelings hurt because you have a superiority complex that you can't let go of. That doesn't make sense in science at all. Mm.